This is where aviation's finest meet.
And we're your hosts to a front row seats.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
And I'm JK.
And this is
Roaring Skies 2022.
Welcome to Roaring Skies 2022. I'm Sharon.
And I'm JK.
This is the episode where we pull together the best of the aerial displays from the Singapore Airshow 2022 just for you.
That's right. If you missed the chance to catch our daily shows over the 15th to 18th of February, we're here to chase your FOMO blues away.
Yes, indeed. Now, for starters, let's take a look at the lineup of amazing aerial displays that transformed the skies over the Changi Exhibition Centre. All that amazing action was brought to us by the aircrew from the Republic of Singapore Air Force, the Indian Air Force, the United States Marine Corps, the United States Air Force, and the Indonesian Air Force.
Plus, there were, of course, the flypasts by the commercial aircraft of Boeing and Airbus.
But before the international aircrew made their journey to Singapore, some of them prepared a very special welcome for us. And of course, the team from Singapore's Air Force also sent us their hellos. Take a look.
On behalf of Team RSAF, welcome to Singapore Airshow 2022.
Namaste Singapore! Namaste Singapore! Can't wait to see you at Singapore Airshow 2022.
Hello Singapore! We're the B-52 team from the 96 Bomb Squadron.
On behalf of Marines and Sailors of Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 242,
welcome to Singapore Airshow!
hello Singapore! Joining us in the Singapore Airshow 2022. The Jubilers!
What a warm reception from the teams.
Yes, indeed.
Hang on a minute. I've just been told that we are having a look at the Apaches in the sky.
So look up to the skies and have a look.
So without much further ado, kicking off the aerial display show is the Republic of Singapore Air Force, the RSAF, coming from afar, as you can see. I'd like to head you over right now to Military Expert 3, Vijay Parkrush, call sign Bowman.
A very good morning, Madam President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Singapore Airshow 2022. The Republic of Singapore Air Force has stood up a team of 2 AH-64D Apache attack helicopters to kickstart the show, and then followed by a single F-16C Fighting Falcon for today's aerial demonstrations. Brought to you by our finest operational aircrews from the RSAF. I'm Military Expert 3, Vijayan Prakash, call sign Bowman, and I will be your commentator for this segment of the show. Here they come! Charging towards the show center from your front is one of the most feared fighting machines in combat, the Vanguardians, who lead the modern battlefield and famously known as the Red Hawks from the RSAF's 120 Squadron, opening the show with a cross dagger. Slicing through that close proximity break, both Red Hawks will demonstrate the aircraft's agility by pitching up and rolling over, executing the 180 wing over. And now, the Red Hawks come nose to nose to cross at the show center to entice you with the X-Men. Rounding off the X-Men, Red Hawk 2 detects a threat on the ground and runs in to engage the target, while Red Hawk 1 climbs high to provide cover for his wingmen. We call this the step-up high cover. Having eliminated the threat, Red Hawk 2 now races towards the show center for a victory pass. Get your cameras ready as the Apache reaches for the skies, followed by a sharp pedal turn through the horizon at almost zero speed, giving you the tail sweep. as Red Hawk 2 completes the sweep. Keep your eyes focused above the show center as Red Hawk 1 will be dazzling you with the maneuverability of this mighty machine with a steep spiral descent. Here comes the corkscrew. Storming in from your right, Red Hawk 2 will showcase the capability of their Apache by pitching up and almost rolling over, making a U-turn in the air. This is the 360 wing over. Piloting Red Hawk 1 is Major Tan Yi-Chi, call sign Sharkfin, officer commanding 120 Squadron. His co-pilot gunner in the front seat is Captain Wilson Quack, call sign Scrat. Together, they have a combined total of more than 3,000 hours flying the Apache. His wingman piloting Red Hawk 2 is Major Brian Tan, call sign Bolt, Deputy Officer commanding 120 Squadron. His co-pilot gunner in the front seat is Captain Edwin Wong, call sign Stunner. Together, they have a combined total of 3,000 hours flying the Apache. As the Red Hawks re-enter the show center, they will pull up into a steep climb, thereafter defying gravity by floating in mid-air and then tipping over in unison into a negative G-dive, presenting the Twin Peaks. While the aircrew dazzles us with their spectacular maneuvers, behind the scenes is a dedicated and professional engineering team which maintains and prepares these fighting machines to ensure that they are show ready. Our engineering professionals are committed to the nation, the SAF, the RSAF and to one another. Together, they will overcome adversity with courage and fortitude. Above all, our full-time national servicemen and regulars are the heart of our organization. Ladies and gentlemen, keep a lookout to your front as the Red Hawks join up into a close formation, flying around the show center. In combat, this maneuver presents a small signature and aims to confuse enemy ground radar on the total number of aircrafts in a formation. As Red Hawk 2 peels away from the formation, Red Hawk 1 exhibits the quick response of the Apache by coming to a quick stop. And now, Red Hawk 1 will be tracking back past the show center in a rearwards flight, presenting the Rewind. Red Hawk 1 will now push the envelope of this mean fighting machine by demonstrating the Viking Climb. RSAF pilots are trained to multitask while handling their highly sophisticated aircraft. These wing warriors incorporate their attained tactical knowledge into their daily training to stay at the peak of combat readiness. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, keep your cameras and eyes focused on the show center as the Red Hawks come together to present you a combination of two maneuvers for the finale. The RSAF dedicates this final maneuver to each and every one of you for your unwavering support to the Singapore Airshow during these uncertain and challenging times. Presenting the Bow and Tail Sweep.
for joining us at the Singapore Airshow 2022. We hope that you have enjoyed the aerial display put up by the Red Hawks. This is Sharkfin checking out.
We have come to the end of the Red Hawks aerial display. We are honored to be part of the Singapore Airshow 2022. Coming up next will be the F-16C Fighting Falcon aerial display. For the RSAF, this is Bowman signing off and handing over controls to Mitsu.
Thank you, Bowman. What a fantastic display from the Red Hawks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm military expert 2 Marcus Wee, callsign Mitsu, and I'll be your commentator for this segment of the show. Speeding in from the right, we have the F-16 opening the show with a clover leaf. Get ready to be wowed by this magnificent jet, especially when those flares light up the sky. Piloting today's F-16C Fighting Falcon is Captain Tan Wei Yang, callsign Race. Captain Tan Wei Yang is a senior instructor pilot from 143 Squadron who has flown in excess of 1,000 hours in this jet. Coming in from your right, watch as the F-16 defies gravity with an inverted path. This single-engine fighter has a thrust-to-weight ratio greater than 1, providing more than enough power to climb and accelerate vertically, faster than most of today's fighters. The next combat maneuver is known to the flyboys as the Falcon Turn. It is used in dogfights to outmaneuver enemies and gain the upper hand. With its state-of-the-art weapon system, allowing it to mount up to 11 other types of missiles and equipment, this Falcon is looking to dominate the skies. While supersonic speeds are critical in aerial combat, slow speeds are just as important. Although mostly known for its fearsome air superiority, the F-16 is also capable of pulling off a subtle and deliberate maneuver. Watch as Race comes in slowly from the right before pulling up into a powerful muscle climb. We call this the low and slow. The F-16 employs a fly-by-wire system, making the jet highly maneuverable, which, in a fighter jet, is king of just about everything. Making his entry into show center from your left, Race will flaunt the responsiveness and precise control of the F-16 with a crisp 4-point roll. Inbound from your right, the F-16 will showcase its repertoire of lethal air-to-air fighting capabilities by executing a twisted loop. As the Falcon descends, witness the force of 29,000 pounds of thrust as it blasts into full afterburner for a high G turn. Today's high-speed F-16 demonstration would not have been possible without the hard work of our logistics experts. A round of applause for the men and women behind the scenes. Coming into show center from your left, Race will be dazzling you with a quadruple roll. A special mention goes out to our committed engineering experts, comprising both regulars and national servicemen. This team of professionals maintain this fighter aircraft in top condition, ever ready to respond. Born out of necessity, the F-16 is the first fighter aircraft intentionally designed to withstand moves of up to 9 times the force of gravity. Ladies and gentlemen, from your front, with blistering speed and piercing the skies, behold, for the grand finale, Race will engage in a vertical roll, reaching up and moving onwards, representing our strength, energy, and dynamism to continually strive towards excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at the Singapore Airshow 2022. We hope that you have enjoyed the display. This is Race, checking out.
Coming away, you can actually spot the industry's newest wide-body airplane, introducing the Boeing 777X. Well, based on the most successful twin-aisle airplane ever, the Boeing 777 with advanced technologies from a 787 Dreamliner family. Boeing says it has designed the 777X family to maximize efficiency and environmental performance. Well, this airplane, WH001, is a 777-9 model designed to be the largest and most fuel-efficient twin-engine jet in the world. one of the first things you'll notice are those beautiful, graceful long wings of a 777X, characteristic of this airplane family. The 777X family features a new 4th generation composite wing with a 72-meter span optimized to reduce fuel and emissions in flight. That's longer than today's 777, but thanks to a simple mechanism, once on the ground, the rigged wing tips fold up so that the airlines can use the same 777 gates. Well, this specific airplane, known as the WH-001, was the first 777 ever to fly back in January 2020. And to date, Boeing has flown more than 650 flights and 1,800 hours with its fleet of 4 flight test airplanes. A rigorous test program demonstrates the safety, reliability, and performance of a 777X ahead of certification and its first delivery in late 2023. Well, another defining feature of a 777X family are those large and quiet engines. The new GE9X engine supplied by GE Aviation. The GE9X is the most advanced and fuel-efficient commercial engine ever, more than 5% more efficient than anything in its class. And combined, the all-new high-efficiency wing and engine make the 777X 10% more fuel-efficient than the competition, with 10% lower emissions and 10% better economics as well. Well, the aircraft can serve 426 passengers with a range of 7,285 nautical miles or 13,500 kilometers. Today, the 777X family has 334 orders from 8 customers from around the world, including Singapore Airlines. And Boeing also expanded the family by launching the freighter version, the 777-8 Freighter, with orders of up to 50. And we thank Boeing for bringing this beautiful airplane to us for this exciting display.
Namaste, Madam President and the lovely people of Singapore. I'm Squadron Leader Vivek Nalge from the Indian Air Force, and I'll take you through an aerial ballet performed by the pride of India, the light combat aircraft, Tejas. Group Captain Manish Tolani, or Tolly as we call him, will get your feet tapping, pulse racing and mind reeling. Ladies and gentlemen, look to your right. Presenting before you the light combat aircraft, Tejas. Dolly will begin the show with the hesitation rule. And there he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bonus. He now pulls up for the vertical switchback to quickly turn around for an engagement. Watch him as he rolls off, and there go the heat seekers off the rails. He'll now turn hard left with max rate for a quick burst of the 23mm gun. And the threat ceases to exist. Continue to look out for Tolly as he now positions for the signature maneuver, the red-eye turn. In this maneuver, the aircraft and the pilot are pushed to the other end of the flight envelope. The aircraft is subject to negative 3.5 G. There she goes, banking right and turning left. Tejas in English means radiance. This machine is the lightest, meanest and the most potent platform amongst its contemporaries anywhere in the world. Light it may be, but it packs a heavy punch when it comes to combat. It flies like a butterfly, but stings like a bee. Ladies and gentlemen, look straight ahead as calling positions for an aerial salute to the wonderful people of Singapore. And there she goes, pulling up into the sky, flaunting the Delta platform. With this, I would say, Majula Singapura. Continue looking out as she comes down for the Formula 1 turn, tighter than Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari. For all the Formula 1 enthusiasts out there, watch as it turns effortlessly in just a few hundred meters. Now positions for the slow march, which is dedicated to the frontline health workers all across the globe who have been battling the COVID-19 pandemic for the past 3 years. So look to your left as Dolly has knocked off some knots and will glide effortlessly past you at a staggering speed of just 120 knots. Dolly has now engaged the burners of the piece behind the seat and watch him zoom into the sky. The aircraft and the crew performing for you today are from the number 18 and number 45 Squadron of the Indian Air Force. Since its inception in 2016, Tejas has been the center of attraction of the display arenas and center of discussions in the military ops rooms. Ladies and gentlemen, look to the right as he positions himself off a half roll for the last maneuver, the Spider-Man farewell. He will now carry out multiple rolls and invert his bird to bid farewell.
Namaste, Singapore. It's great to be here. Hope you're enjoying the show. Have a great day. The Indian is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the wonderful display put up by Dolly. That's it from me at the Tejas Tactical Air Display team. Hope you have enjoyed the show as much as we did putting it up for you. See you again in 2024. This is Winley signing off. Sarima Kasi.
The air show continues right now, ladies and gentlemen, going up in the skies on the extreme right now, introducing the largest clean sheet wide body in the market. This is the Airbus A350-1000. Dubbed Dubbed the new king of the skies, this aircraft sits over 400 passengers in a comfortable 3-class configuration. The aircraft makes an extensive use of carbon fiber in its lightweight structure, including the famous curved wings and the 74-meter fuselage. As a result, when this aircraft takes off, it is 45 tons lighter than its competitor. Reducing weight means reducing fuel and emissions, and for this reason, the A350-1000 is the most sustainable aircraft for decades to come. Every day and for every flight, it delivers a 25% reduction in emissions compared to older generation aircrafts. State-of-the-art aerodynamics combined with the most efficient large aero engines make the A350 remarkably quiet for passengers and communities. The A350-1000 is powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines, delivering up to 97,000 pounds of thrust. The A350-1000 is operated worldwide today, connecting distant regions, bringing people closer together with a range of 8,700 nautical miles. And this makes the A350 family the true long-range leader. With its award-winning airspace cabin, airlines operating the A350 offer passengers the most innovative and comfortable experience in the sky. And thanks to a single-type rating, only one pool of pilots, cabin crew and engineers are needed to operate the A350 family that benefit from 95% commonality in spare parts. And this year in Singapore, the family welcomes its new member, the recently launched A350 Freighter. The A350F brings the latest generation of efficiency and a smart choice to the large freighter market. With its pioneering spirit, the A350 is shaping the future of air travel. Continue your air display show right now, introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the United States Marine Corps F-35B Lightning II. And over to our commentator, First Lieutenant Kenny Valentini.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, the 1st Marine Aircraft Wing, Marine Aircraft Group 12, and Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 242 take great pleasure in presenting the F-35B Lightning II, the world's first short takeoff, vertical landing, or STOVL stealth fighter. Today's flight demonstration will consist of both the conventional and short takeoff and vertical landing modes of flight. Your F-35, the demonstration pilot, is Lieutenant Colonel Rob Guyette, call sign Champ, from Phoenix, Arizona. He's been flying all 3 variants of the F-35 since 2012, when he transitioned from the F-18 Hornet. The F-35 is a multi-role aircraft produced by Lockheed Martin and is a result of a multi-service, multinational effort, currently spanning 3 U.S. services and 9 partner nations. The F-35 family of aircraft is currently flown by the United States Marine Corps, United States Navy, and the United States Air Force, as well as the navies and air forces of the United Kingdom, Australia, Italy, Israel, Japan, Norway, and the Netherlands. From the right, The pilot is now setting up for a minimum radius turn, demonstrating the tight turn radius of the F-35 while in full afterburner. Once out of the loop, the pilot will pull straight into the vertical and perform a high alpha loop, showcasing the F-35's ability to maneuver from a high-speed, high-G turn across the ground into a very tight, slow-speed loop into the vertical. The combination of the stealth features, the Lightning's active electronically scanned array radar technology, and the aircraft's ability to carry weapons internally means the F-35 can engage targets at long ranges without detection. The F-35 is now setting up for a high-speed climb from the left. As the F-35 approaches show center, the pilot will execute a high-G pull into the vertical, followed by a 360-degree aileron roll. The F-35 Joint Strike Fighter is a result of a Department of Defense program to provide a next-generation strike aircraft weapon system for the Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and our allies. In addition to its impressive stowable capabilities, the F-35 is designed to be capable of carrying a wide array of the most advanced precision-guided air-to-surface munitions, air-to-air missiles, and a missionized 25mm cannon. From the left, the F-35 is preparing to execute a square loop maneuver. This is a demanding maneuver that contains the most dangerous pull of the routine, as the jet goes into the vertical nose high, pulls inverted over the top, and then goes pure nose low at maximum afterburner prior to squaring off the bottom of the loop. Make sure to notice as airplane pauses on all four sides of the square. The F-35 possesses the most powerful and comprehensive integrated sensor package of any fighter aircraft in history. Its next-generation avionics and sensor fusion give the pilot real-time access to battlefield information with 360-degree coverage. Advanced electronic warfare capabilities enable the F-35 to locate and track enemy forces, jam radio frequencies, and disrupt attacks with unparalleled precision. The F-35 is capable of advanced handling in the slow speed regime based upon sophisticated fifth-generation control laws. The power of the F-35 engine can provide enough thrust to maintain the aircraft in level flight at very low airspeeds. Watch the horizontal tails work hard as the aircraft maintains altitude with the nose pointed high into the sky. Get those cameras ready. From the right, the F-35B Lightning II executing the slow speed, high angle of attack pass. pilot has now selected maximum afterburner, displaying the raw power of the F-35B's engine in a vertical climb. As the F-35 approaches pure nose high, watch as the pilot commands full aft stick, and the jet performs a high angle of attack pull into the nose low inverted, followed by a roll up tight to complete the half Cuban 8. The F-35 is designed to replace multiple strike and fighter aircraft inventories, including U.S. Air Force A-10s and F-16s, U.S. Navy F-A-18s, and U.S. Marine Corps AV-8Bs, F-A-18s, and EA-6Bs. The F-35 is capable of conducting extreme maneuvers in the vertical with the advanced fifth-generation flight control laws only seen with the F-22 Raptor and the F-35B Lightning II. From the right, the pilot will demonstrate the fifth-generation advanced flight control laws as he prepares to execute the pedal turn. Watch as the F-35 uses a high G pull to pure nose high, followed by an inverted pull to enter the pedal turn. The pilot will display how he can rapidly rate the nose around in any direction as the aircraft looks as if it's falling through the sky. As the pilot levels off from the extremely dynamic pedal turn, he will immediately convert the aircraft into stowable mode to return back in front of the crowd and hover. You will notice several doors opening on the aircraft. The large door on the top of the aircraft just behind the canopy is the upper lift fan door. This is the intake for the horizontally mounted forward lift fan. Opposite this door on the bottom of the aircraft, you can see the lower lift fan doors, which are the exhausts for the lift fan. You will also see the doors at the rear of the aircraft, which open to allow the main engine exhaust nozzle to rotate down. The entire weight of the aircraft will be supported by the thrust from the lift fan, main engine, and roll control nozzles, generating upwards of 40,000 pounds of thrust. This capability to conduct vertical landing operations is what allows the F-35B to operate from amphibious ships and provides additional flexibility for operations in austere environments. Once stabilized in the hover, the pilot will show the smooth handling characteristics of the F-35B in the stowable flight regime with a sideward and aft translation, followed by a 360-degree pedal turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the aerial demonstration of the F-35B Lightning II. We'd like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of all the Marines and sailors of Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 242, without whom this demonstration would not be possible. They are and will forever be Semper Fidelis.
Ladies and gentlemen, on all Changi Exhibition Center visitors, on behalf of Indonesian Air Force, we will proudly present the special performance from Indonesian Air Force, Jupiter Aerobatic Team. I am Major Olive Rizando, callsign Cyborg, will be your guide for the next 15 minutes standing maneuvers of the Jupiter. Coming from the right, the Jupiters will be performing Jupiter Roll. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the first maneuver of the Jupiters with Jupiter Roll. The Jupiters is the current Indonesian aerobatic team display week 6 KT1B, painted with red and white skin like Indonesian national flag color. The Jupiter has been elected as Indonesian ambassador of the sky and becomes an iconic Indonesian aerobatic team. Moving to the left corner, the Jupiters display in extraordinary formation. Jupiter is transitioning themselves to be another formation, which is an inverted triangle. From the left corner, this is a Jupiter with Delta Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, for our next performance, the Jupiters will demonstrate their confidence and spirit for the show. The Jupiters will fly in the shape of eagle formation. This formation symbolizes Indonesian Air Force as the air guard of the nation. The Jupiters will pull up high, and at the top of the loop, they will transform to be arrowhead formation. The great performance of the Jupiters built from continuous training programs, step by step and overwhelmed with high spirit, motivation and discipline. The team is named by Jupiter after the call sign of Indonesian Air Force flying instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, as the leader of Jupiter 1, Major Ripdo Utomo, callsign Mohawk, the commanding officer of 102 Squadron. The team is drawn from flying training wing posted in Yogyakarta, southern part of Indonesia. From our 12 o'clock, like the mighty eagle, they fly confidently. This is the Jupiter with Eagle 2 Arrowhead Loop. Watch closely and prepare your camera. Focus on outer wingman. And here we go. Break off. Break off. Now. Let's have a look at the left and the right. The lead synchro and the synchro after breaking off are going to make twin half cubes. As the lead synchro or Jupiter 5 is Major Habibi, callsign Corby, and his pairing Jupiter 6 is Major Idam, callsign Godam. And continue from left and right, the synchro will make head-on pass to step next maneuver called Jupiter Wheel. This is Jupiter with head-on pass. The synchro make horizontal line maneuver on the same altitude, same speed with the minimum distance. This is the synchro with Jupiter wheel. Meanwhile, 4 other aircraft will come from the front. The main body is preparing for an I-3 formation change. We will see the main body begin with tango formation, then make a vertical loop and transform to be diamond formation once they are on the top of the loop. Ladies and gentlemen, now the Jupiter is running in front of you, and this is Jupiter with Tango to Diamond Loop. As Jupiter 2 right wingman is Major Mura, call sign Viper, and Jupiter 3 left wingman Major Anggoro, call sign Greco. Again from the right corner, the synchro will demonstrate an extreme two-ship maneuver. Jupiter 5 will fly inverted, and Jupiter 6 will fly exactly underneath in a distance as close as 10 feet. Flying proudly, the synchro with mirror. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just sit back and relax. Following from the right corner, a super dynamic control will be displayed by Jupiter 4. Captain Bayu, call sign Mirrorcat, will demonstrate the effect of radial G in a confident manner for this magnificent show. From the right corner, flying confidently, the Jupiter with screw roll. Ladies and gentlemen, please prepare your camera for this special moment as a symbol of love to all of you. The synchro Jupiter 5 and Jupiter 6 will paint the sky of Singapore with a symbol of heart. This is the synchro with heart maneuver. Coming from the front left, the main body will demonstrate their ability to dance in the sky, making roll flights one by one. From our 12 o'clock, here we go. This is Jupiter roll, 1 roll, 2 roll, 3 roll, and 4 roll. Coming from our 12 o'clock, Major Idam or Jupiter 6 will be pulling up with 70 to demonstrate the vertical roll. He will reach 0 speed and make tail slide without any hesitation. From our 12 o'clock, this is Jupiter 6 with solo speed. Look up the sky, Jupiter 6 is turning into spinning base and being uncontrolled. You recover, let's wait and see. Come on, Jupiter 6, You can make it. 1, 2, 3, and fully recover. Meanwhile, coming from the right corner, 5 aircraft will make a horizontal maneuver in a 10-feet distance with 5-card formation. The Jupiters equipped with wet smoke generators to paint the sky of Singapore. KT-1B Wongbi, as we know as a propeller aircraft, has more difficulties to fly in the formation, even more for an aerobatic team. But the Jupiters have proven that tough and hard training will eliminate all of the difficulties. Running from the right, Jupiter with 5-card pass. The Jupiters re-established in 2011 after several years inactive. Previous performance of the Jupiters are 100 years commemoration of aviation in Thailand, Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition, Brunei Darussalam International Defense Exhibition, and today we are here again for the Singapore Airshow 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, the formation will be flying from the left corner in the leader benefit formation. This formation, all wingmen will stick together in one line just behind the leader. The maneuver shows loyalty and respect to the leader as well as symbolizes professionalism of all Jupiter members. From the left corner, this is the Jupiter with leader benefit pass. Your eyes to the outer wingman, Jupiter 5 and 6, roll back. For the show today, act as the flight director, Colonel Ferry Yunaldi, Kosen Mirage. Our distinguished audience, for our final performance, the Jupiters will demonstrate their confidence and spirit until the end. Jupiter established for the first time in the mid-90s, equipped with 6K Hawk Mark 53, and performed the first air display in 1997. After several years inactive, in 2008, the Jupiter established with 4 KT-1B Wongbi. The first debut was Indonesian Armed Forces University in 2011, and at the present, elected as Indonesian Ambassador of the Sky, and already become an iconic Indonesian aerobatic team. Coming from the right, all members of Jupiters will be performing loop vertically, and at some point, the formation will fly 90 degrees roll at longitudinal axis and separate to different directions like a waterfall. The final performance from the Jupiter with Flower Lead. All members stick together and Singapore be prepared for the beauty of Cascade. Break off now! Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor for me, Major Olive Cyborg, to get you through the entire show. On behalf of Indonesian Air Force, Jupiter Aerobatic Team deliver our best regard. Thank you very much and see you in 2024 in the next performance with the Jupiters.
Eyes in the skies on your right. Coming into our skies right now, ladies and gentlemen, is an aircraft that's come a long, long way to join us here today. In the early hours of Singapore time, where it left its base in Guam, the US Air Force presents the B-52 Stratofortress. This American long-range subsonic jet-powered strategic bomber has been operated by the United States Air Force since the 1950s. and is regularly fly up to 16 hours or more and is able to stay airborne for up to 42-hour flight. And today, the B-52 Stratofortress is piloted by Captain Austin Mears at the call sign Switch, and they're based in Guam. So on behalf of the men and women of the U.S. Air Force in Guam, we want to thank you.
What an incredible day of aerobatics it's been. But please stay tuned, our show is not over yet.
Let's take a look at what the static aircraft display had to offer at the Singapore Airshow 2022. What a sensational sight. It's not every day that you get to see so many beautiful aircraft gathered in one place just like that. Must be pretty cool to work with all these mean machines.
Well, actually, we caught up with one of the engineers from the defense technology community, so he'll tell you what that's about.
For 55 years, we've pushed the boundaries of science and technology to give our armed forces the superior edge they need to protect Singapore. We are a passionate community of more than 6,500 defense engineers and scientists dedicated to using our expertise to protect Singapore. We're more than just a tech company. We're the tech community for our defenders.
Stationed in the US, I work closely with the US government and our industry partners to advance RSAF programs such as the F-35, the Chinook, as well as the upgrade of the F-16. Being able to see some of the assets that DST engineers have worked on this static display, on some even flying, is a rewarding feeling. Is in a way the fruition of the challenges that we have overcome and the solutions that we have developed to deliver these assets to the RSAF. The airshow brings people from various countries and regions, and so we are able to keep abreast of the emerging technologies and the latest developments in order to deliver the best capability for the RSAF.
Sharon, it's hard to imagine that the very first successful flight took place more than 100 years ago in 1903.
That's right, and air shows have been around for almost just as long. In fact, Singapore hosted its first aviation meet way back in 1911. That was also the day when the very first aircraft took flight in Singapore.
In our next video, we find out what do air shows have in common with farmers.
Let's have a look.
The Singapore Airshow began in 2008, and this year marks its 8th show here. But did you know that the concept of air shows date as far back as the dawn of flight? These events came to be known as the Flying Circus or Barnstorming. Why barnstorming? Well, the name was a reference to the farmlands that were used as improvised landing strips for the aircraft. And because aviation was such a novel phenomenon back then, interest in these events quickly took off. Thankfully, the enthusiasm for jaw-dropping aerial stunts still remain till this day. But there have been some notable changes to the experience of attending an air show. In the early days of aviation, aircraft could only travel up to about 75 miles per hour, while modern-day jets break the sound barrier at about 700 miles per hour. As aircraft got faster, they also got louder. In the early barnstormers, you could safely stand just meters away from a propeller-powered plane as it took off. But the sound of a modern-day jet during takeoff is over 1,000 times louder than a rock concert, loud enough to burst your eardrums. So best put in your earplugs if you're at an air show today.
Let's fast forward to the present in this next video. Before the air show, we caught up with the crew from the Republic of Singapore Air Force Static Display Team.
Well, they had the mammoth task of moving 7 assets to the Changi Exhibition Centre. Well, let's take a look at how they did it.
First and foremost, we identify what are the platforms to be displayed for the static display, after which we link out with various RSF units to ensure that these platforms are available for static display. The actual towing process can last up to 2 hours as we are moving at a slow speed for ensured safety due to the limited visibility for a night tow. We will need to liaise with various agencies like the LTA to remove the lampposts along the public road in order for us to tow the aircraft from Changi Airbase East to CEC.
My team has put up a good show for the visitors. A lot of dedication and meticulous planning are put in by them. They recce the route, make sure that the route is free of obstacles. I salute them for their commitment and especially their time during the festive seasons of the Lunar New Year. Do catch us in the live stream. I hope that you guys will enjoy the show.
Wow, can I just say it's amazing how much planning went into moving the aircraft. It's just like the Hangar Games, right?
Oh, JK, with you, it's more like the Hunger Games. Because he's always eating, so he probably knows what it feels like to weigh 500-600 grams. Kilograms, actually. 500-600 kilograms.
How dare you, Sharon? How dare you?
Well,
I'm not that big, right?
If you say so. Well, that's what it feels like when fighter jet pilots fly at breakneck speeds while pulling off gravity-defying turns. Actually, I've heard that your body feels painfully smothered and you start to lose vision till you finally black out. Well, here's an inside look at the aerial display team from the Republic of Singapore Air Force and how they prepared for this year's air show.
I'm Major Matthew Fu, call sign Rabies, Officer Commanding for 145 Squadron. In Singapore Airshow 2022, what we are trying to display from the F-16 is its agility as well as maneuverability. From the 9 different maneuvers that we're going to show this year, there are actually 2 new maneuvers that I'll talk about. First of all is the Falcon turn. We'll attempt to fly as close as possible to the show center before making a hard turn away. This actually shows the agility as well as the maneuverability of the aircraft, being able to turn quickly and change its direction on the spot. For the cloverleaf entry, you will see us coming in from the show center head on. We will try to get as close as possible to the show center to wow the crowd. That is when we'll climb into a vertical climb before we start our descent back down to the low altitude.
My role in the air show is to make sure that the F-16C model aircraft are operational ready. And I do several maintenance work as an Air Force technician and also as a flight line crew. And part of it is my maintenance work, which is my pre-flight and my post-flight checks. We have to make sure that the aircraft is thoroughly checked and free from any defects so that it is ready for the aerial display.
I would like to thank the team and all our supporters because they have worked really hard to put the show together. We hope that the public can view the live shows through the live feed, and I hope they enjoy it.
Catch us in action in the Singapore Airshow via the live stream.
Absolutely fascinating. Now, Sharon, I have to say, for pilots who spend so much time up in the air, they're really down to earth.
JK, I think you need some time to get yourself down to earth, so let's hand over the spotlight to our colleague Ray, who has some interesting facts to share about one of the aircraft we will be seeing today.
For today's airshow trivia, we turn the spotlight to the F-16 fighter jet, officially dubbed the Fighting Falcon. It is capable of producing 29,000 pounds of thrust, accelerating to more than twice the speed of sound. Its speed and lightweight design makes it highly maneuverable. Did you know that it can withstand up to 9 times the force of gravity? There's also its frameless bubble canopy, allowing the aircrew an unobstructed front and upward view. There were some quick facts about the Fighting Falcon. Back to the studio.
Well, we've come to the end of our final episode of Roaring Skies 2022.
What a spectacular display of aeronautic wizardry the Singapore Airshow 2022 has been.
We hope you enjoyed watching all of it with us.
And thank you for keeping us company. This is Sharon.
And I'm JK.
Goodbye.